What's up, Learn How Nation? In this video, I'm going to give you my Bluehost hosting review and talk about the real reason people hate Bluehost. I'm Andy, you're watching Learn How. We create video lessons and tutorials to help people learn how to use technology to improve their lifestyle. Also, with my new website, learnhowblogging.com, I'm teaching all sorts of tips and strategies to help you start blogging, make more money blogging, improve your SEO, and all sorts of strategies like that. So in this video, I'm giving you my personal Bluehost review. Now, please understand that I am a Bluehost affiliate, and I've got links in a lot of my posts in this video that'll take you to Bluehost, where you can get a discount price for your hosting. But I'm gonna give you my unbiased, honest review of the platform, regardless of whether or not I was an affiliate. So to be honest with you, I started all of my first websites on Bluehost because whenever I search the internet for best hosting provider or starting a website, which hosting to use, a majority of the websites recommend Bluehost. Now, I do understand you're going to hear a lot of people out there rebuttal, a lot of the Bluehost haters out there, their rebuttal is that people recommend Bluehost because they pay their affiliates such a high commission. Sometimes that can get up to $100 per referral, depending on how many referrals you make during the month. But to be totally honest with you, many of the other affiliate hosting providers like SiteGround and InMotion, lots of other hosting options out there, they also have an affiliate program and they also pay a lot of money to their affiliates. And if you're doing, 10 or 12 recommendations per month, you can make up to $100 with a lot of those other competitors. So for me personally, I've used Bluehost for all of the websites that I've started. Well, I guess I gotta make a little correction. I did just recently start a website with SiteGround, but all my first websites I started with Bluehost. And I'll be 100% honest with you, I have never had an issue. If you search into Facebook groups, on Pinterest, online, you'll probably at some point run into someone saying how much they hate Bluehost. I'm in a lot of Facebook groups about blogging, and lots of newcomers into the groups, will say, which hosting do you recommend? And you'll get the one or two people pipe in and say, totally go with SiteGround or go with this or go with Big Scoots or this or that. And they'll share their affiliate link and then they'll totally bash and say how much they hate Bluehost. Well, they might have had a bad experience with Bluehost, whereas millions of other people haven't. I like to compare it to fast food restaurants. Someone who loves something like Wendy's or Burger King, but hates McDonald's is going to bash on McDonald's and say McDonald's is gross, McDonald's is this, McDonald's that, and then you say, oh, Wendy's is way better, Burger King's way better. But then on the other side of the field, there's those same people who love McDonald's and hate Burger King. Everyone's gonna have a different type of experience at some point. I could walk into a Burger King and have a terrible experience one time, and it could just totally ruin my perception. And from that point forward, I would just tell everyone, Burger King sucks, my fries were soggy, this or that. Whereas other people may be going to Burger King their whole life and they've never had a bad experience. So for me personally, my personal Bluehost review is that I've never had a bad experience, which is why I recommend it to people just starting a website. There's a lot of great things that come with Bluehost. You can get a free domain name. It's really cheap. And for a lot of you who are just starting out, starting a website, starting a blog, you don't need fancy hosting. The funny thing is a lot of these people who are complaining about, oh, my site was down for 10 minutes. Honestly, that probably didn't hurt your traffic that much, especially if you're a brand new blog. Now, if you've been blogging for 10 years and you're getting hundreds of thousands of visitors, you're probably not using a shared hosting plan that's $3 a month anyway. You're probably on your own server. So the people that complain about their site going down or customer service or whatever, honestly, people, you get what you pay for. And when you're just starting out, $3 a month, I'm not really complaining that much about it. If I have a little something, a hiccup here or there, which I really haven't, I'm not going to be that upset about it because I'm paying $3 a month. If I was paying $300 a month, yeah, I would be pretty upset about that. So a lot of the times I think that people's perception of Bluehost is a little bit skewed because I think their expectations are a lot higher than what they should be when they're paying $3 a month for shared hosting. Whereas, obviously you're getting some server, who knows where, it could be India. You know, a lot of people talk about EIG and how it's an EIG, which is Endurance International Group, an EIG owned hosting service like HostGator, and they own like, I don't know, 50 other hosting companies now, but they use, you know, servers in India and all over the world, and you know, people like to use that as an excuse, and that's great. Yeah, but it goes back to the thing, you get what you pay for. I know very well that that's what I'm using, but I don't really care because I don't really need it right now. At some point, if I do need better hosting, then I'll upgrade to better hosting with a different provider or somewhere else. But for right now, it's doing great. I'm not overpaying for my hosting, and I'm getting the kind of results that I need to. So that's something that I like to tell people to remember. If you're just starting out with a blog, you don't need some fancy hosting. You can get a solid, cheap hosting from Bluehost or SiteGround, which are the two that I recommend, and two that WordPress recommends. And I've never had any issues. You might have an issue. And another thing that I want to point out, I guess, is that a lot of times the issues aren't really with the hosting company. And people, you know, who are new to blogging and websites, they don't really understand how a website runs, and they don't know, you know, the tech side behind it. So whenever something's broken, they just automatically assume, oh, it's my hosting provider, they ruined my website. When in reality, it could be a totally different issue. It could be an issue with your theme, an issue with a plugin. It could be something that you did to your website that messed it up. So I think it's a little unfair to blame all problems on the hosting company, when a lot of times it could be your problem. So yeah, that's kind of, I guess, the real reason people hate Bluehost is because their expectations don't match what they're paying for, and they might have just had a hiccup or some crazy bad experience at some point, and so they think that's how it is for everyone, when in reality there's millions of users. So obviously some people are going to have hiccups here and there. And you know, I'm sorry if you get on customer service and they don't respond in 5 minutes. But if you think about it, if 2 million people in the world are using a hosting company, and there's constantly thousands of people jumping in the chat trying to get some help with something, yeah, I'm gonna give them some slack. I realize it might take them a little bit to respond to my message. I'll tell you honestly, every time that I've messaged on the chat to get help with Bluehost, I've always got responses, I've always got help, and my problems have always been fixed, and I've never paid anything extra. I guess, I mean, I'd like to think I know a little bit more about websites than the average consumer, which has probably helped me realize when a problem is a hosting problem and when it's my problem. So it kind of, I guess, relieves a little bit of the frustration. My Bluehost review is this, that I do totally recommend it for anyone who is just getting started, because it's a very low cost. It's like $3, you get the free domain. You can literally get started with your website for like $60 for an entire year, or less than that if you know, commit to a longer term, to like a 2 or 3 year plan. But check it out. I've got links in the description below this video. Check out learnhowblogging.com for a full how to get started with your blog or with your website. You can learn how to make money blogging, affiliate marketing, how to make money online, all sorts of stuff like that. So make sure you guys check that out. If you like this video, guys, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.